My last video, part 3, all right? Part 3, I'm going to show you my victory dance and just give you a little bit of my testimony because I'm still talking about the amazing God that I serve, and there is power in prayer. So I want to encourage you to not just pray, but to fast and pray, and that God will do some miraculous things that really, they blow my mind. And yesterday, let me, that's my testimony, but let me get to this part. Black history. So I was talking about Kendrick Lamar putting it in, okay? Literally putting it in. And I think he really was putting it in on the set, honey, in front of them cameras with them people. And I guess Lord have mercy. I'm lost for words because, I don't know, I'm just a little bit lost for words. I just didn't expect that at the end of the video, honey. They just went from disrespect and talking about mama and calling people out and calling little parts, body parts, just insulting and disrespect, honey, and then went to put it in the work. But I said I was gonna be cussing, so I did not know. I'm just telling you the truth. This is the truth. I did not know that my granddaughter. Okay, first of all, let me say this: when I was growing up, we read, and I'm going to cuss because I'm telling you, not as a cuss word, but I'm telling you what I read in school. When I was growing up, I read, and this ties in with Kendrick Lamar putting it in, okay? I read sentences with the word dick. I read things like Jane and Dick ran, or run, Dick, run. Or Jane and Dick went to the store, or were on the playground, blah, 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 okay? So now when you say that word, and I don't know if it's somebody that wants to, I feel like somebody is praying about me and wanting God to give them signs, to show them something about me. And so God, you know how we are. We ask God for an answer, God give us the answer, and we're like, okay, like I think it was Gideon with the fleece. We want to verify, we want to confirm, okay, Lord, was that really you? I feel like somebody is doing that with me. So God's got me out here saying these words today. I don't know if they wanted me to use that particular word, but I used it in a truthful sense, not as a cuss word, but those were the words that I would read as a child. And I did not understand, and I had this conversation this week, why people name their children Dick. If you have not heard, and shout out to the late great Dick Gregory, that was his name, Dick Gregory. He was a black man, but the names that I was reading in the books were little white boys' names, well, the pictures in the books anyway, But people actually named their children Dick, and I don't understand that. I don't think anybody's naming their child that now. But that's a moment in black history, okay? A black African-American man named Dick, okay? You know anybody else know anybody named Dick? Okay. So that's that story, okay? So I said that word, but there was another word. There was a word that I said before that my oldest granddaughter, her mouth dropped open. She happened to be in the room. I was talking to my oldest daughter, and her mouth dropped open, her eyes got big, and she looked at me like, oh my goodness. She didn't say a word, but she looked at me like, and I looked at her and I was like, oh, because I walk a certain walk, and I guess she felt like I was cursing, and I used the word pissed. Now, I was telling a story, and I was saying how something happened, and it pissed me off. And she and my oldest daughter, that's a word that she can't use. It's a cuss word in the house. And I was like, really? When I was growing up, when you're expressing yourself saying it pissed me off was not a cuss word. That's not a cuss word. But when I hear people say I'm going to use the term piss, that to me is just derogatory. I'm like, oh, I feel like it's not ladylike at all when you're using it in the content that you have to go to the bathroom. Say pee, oh yeah, that don't sound right. It just sounds filthy and harsh. But if I say that pissed me off, I just don't feel like that's a cuss word. I'm just expressing how mad I got. Now, some people go a little bit further and say that pissed me the F off. I'm not going to say that word because but I don't do that. But every now and then, that expression, it pissed me off. It's not a cuss word to me. But to my daughter, she said it just doesn't sound right. So I said, well, I'll just go, psst. You know how people used to, psst, psst. It's like, sometimes it's when people flirt with you. People want to get your attention, they'll go, psst, psst. Or if it's a guy who's liking you, they'll go, psst, psst. And sometimes people can just be getting your attention. So instead of me saying pissed in front of my grandchildren, I'll just go, psst, something like psst, off. I was psst, off. There we go. All right. So those are the cuss words that I said I was going to say. Man, I don't want to make this too long. I just want to give honor and glory to God. As I said, this is Saturday, it's the Sabbath, and I've been resting, and I'm just thanking God for bringing me through another week, waking me up in my right mind, crazy for Jesus. I hope I brought y'all some little laughter today, and I just want to encourage you to fast and pray. Now, let me tell you this part of my little testimony. Let me look at my little notes. I keep adding people onto my prayer list. I do. I keep adding people onto my prayer list. I'm still praying for Nomadic Introvert on YouTube, In Between Blessings on YouTube, Shashika Riley, used to be Hill, but it's now Riley on Facebook. She's a business owner, multimillionaire. I'm praying for Leandria Johnson. She's a Black African-American, beautiful sister, anointed singer. She struggles with alcoholism. Praying for Jasmine Crockett. She happens to be a politician, okay, African-American. And I heard her say that she's probably going to be one of the first. This experience that we're having in this country and her position in Congress, it's very difficult for her. And so she has compared the experience that she believes she's going to have with the likes of a couple of other women in history. So I'm praying for her, but she's beautiful. She's strong. She's intelligent, okay? Very, very smart. And she's got a whip. She's got a whip, honey. She'll crack that whip out. and she'll get with somebody in a minute, okay? So, but I'm praying for her because sometimes you have to restrain that whip, honey. You say something to her, she gonna get back with you, okay? But I love that sister. I love it. She's got it going on. The dress she's got it. She's all that, okay? In my mind, she's got the dress. She's got the brains, okay? Oh my goodness, she's rich too. All right, but praying for her. I'm praying for my two sisters that are unnamed. Matter of fact, I have 4 sisters I need to be praying for. 4 sisters. Let me add that on there. Praying for the 3 sets of parents from the incident that happened at the school where one guy shot the girl and the boy and then shot himself. Okay, praying for those parents. I'm praying for the victims of all the airplane crashes. I used to be a flight attendant, and I said, Lord, let me get fired before the planes start crashing. Now, I'm not afraid to fly, but that was my testimony. I have a witness, and I did. And now because I saw some things. I saw some things with technology. And I was like, oh, Lord, because I probably wouldn't have had the sense to quit. So it happened. And I'm thanking the Lord, okay? And so, but it's a lot of plane incidents and wrecks and crashes going on, okay? And somebody's fooling around, tampering with the technology is what I believe, okay? So I'm praying for all the victims, okay, of the survivors, of the victims, their families and things like that. And then I'm praying for a specific person, 2 specific men, not just all women. And then I think God has linked me today to add on Beyonce for some reason. Praying for Beyonce, okay? I've heard some things, but you don't know what's true when you listen to some of these videos and stuff. But I heard some things from Miss Jaguar Wright, and I believe Jaguar Wright is telling a lot of the truth about some things. But God loves all of us and wants all of us to be saved. So I'm going to pray for Beyonce, all right? Praying for Beyonce. I'm adding her in my prayer every single day. I'm trying to pray for these people. I think I missed a couple of days. So there is power in prayer. I want to encourage you, and I just want to let you know that this is my testimony, part of my testimony, adding to my story. I have a property. I'm comparing this story to the woman who had lost her husband. I'm no longer married, but my ex-husband is my best friend. Shout out to my best friend. Okay, I told him we family, all right? I don't know how things gonna work out, but I'm praying for you. I'm praying for him. And there is power in prayer. So